Joyous resilience is the magical, powerful force that emanates from an inner core of nurturance, protection, and emotional attunement. It allows us to live with a deep sense of inner joy, to flourish despite great stressors, and to reshape the very forces that threaten our lives in order to create a whole new world. At the heart of my book resides this core truth: resilience matters, joy matters. In the increasingly difficult times we live in, our individual and collective thriving matters, now more than ever. For more than 15 years and 30,000 plus hours, I have had the extraordinary privilege of doing my own healing work and sitting with folks committed to their own transformation and resilience building. We engage deeply with a crucial question: what does it take to feel joy and thrive amidst the stress, trauma, and difficulty of our world? What we found is that joy did not just fall into our laps during the years of healing work. Instead, its appearance in our lives was inextricably connected to a deeper, more harmonious relationship with our internal dialogue and emotions. It means acquiring the skills to nurture and protect our body, our heart, and our mind. It demands less listening to what the world says is broken, missing, or wrong about us, or what success should look like. Instead, we are joyful and we are resilient because we are free to feel, accept, and above all, choose the responses that let us be more fully ourselves. Yet the unavoidable truth is that access to resilience building is not equally available to everyone, and our world is not set up to support everyone thriving. The impacts of trauma, of stress, and oppression are disproportionately borne by marginalized groups, including Black, Indigenous, people of color, LGBTQIA+, women, Muslims, immigrants, disabled folks, and lower-income populations. Most of Western psychology would lay the causes of suffering on the individual, that it's each person's family, their life history, beliefs, and psychobiology alone that are the problem. The idea that these institutional and cultural systems oppress many and privilege a few, and that they are critical factors that affect mental and physical health, has long been unseen, denied, and ignored. This has created a wide gap between the needs of people seeking mental health services and the efficacy of the care that they actually get. Our lack of resilience is rooted deeply in societal ills, and the cure lies in naming that fact and then learning to take larger action to dismantle the systems that cause this disease at every level. My book speaks directly to the broad dilemmas and stressors people are facing in our time. It is a galvanizing call at this vital moment of both personal and social awakening, to not give in to despair, and instead to use our personal healing journey as an opportunity to leverage our political, civic, and humanitarian power, deepening the skills that we need to collectively thrive and create joy. Let's talk about the model. My book walks us through a two-frame model: the cycle of suffering and the circle of resilience, to help readers and clients understand the different roles and forces that are always at play, even within ourselves. The cycle of suffering is created by the negative voices at the root of so much of our distress. These are the enemies of our resilience. For most of us, the pain, angst, and drama of everyday interactions with ourselves and others falls quite neatly into three archetypes: the vulnerable self, the critic, and the neglector. In the face of any difficulty, vulnerable emotion, or transition, these voices emerge with predictable statements like, "What's wrong with me? I shouldn't ask for help. I feel guilty if I take time for myself," or "I'm the only one who can take care of this." Unsurprisingly, they leave us feeling overwhelmed and helpless. Healing begins when we realize that the perpetual loop between these voices sends us into stress, helplessness, and lack of thriving, the very opposite of the resilience that we want to cultivate. Joyous resilience emerges as the cycle of suffering is replaced by the consistent, positive, and life-giving interactions of the four positive actors in the circle of resilience: the nurturer, the protector, the resilient self, and the soul self. These aspects of ourselves are who we truly are. They allow us to become resilient by helping us turn towards our pain and build the necessary skills to care for it, rather than trying to buy, achieve, exercise, caretake, numb, or blame our way out of our suffering. They help us remember that we can feel whole and lovable, free and alive exactly as we are and from within, undoing cumulative intergenerational cycles of pain and collective trauma. This frees ourselves and future generations and gives us the sustained resilience and fierce compassion necessary to work towards an equitable world. I think folks who do the work of healing their hearts and reclaiming their joy are true love heroes, doing the bravest task of turning towards and facing the pain within and in our world. We carve out of hurt hearts a loving being, an agent of personal and social change. To be on this journey myself and to be a part of yours is an extraordinary privilege and a deep joy. Thank you for being you, the best you can in our world. Let's go take a look at what has been hurting and find the way back to the joy and resilience that has been within you, within all of us, all along.